and let me share my screen. So now my screen is visible to all of you. So good morning, all of you, for the fresh session of probability and statistic. In our previous session, in the last week, we had completed our unit 1, and then after we started our second unit. The second unit is purely based on random variables and their spatial probability distribution. Now, before going for the that particular, let me share my screen with our syllabus. Yes, just give me 1 minute. Okay, now my screen is visible to all of you, and this is our syllabus. Taking screen, forget about that. Yes, this was our first unit, introduction to probability. इसकी बात हम कर चुके हैं. We are done with this particular unit, and now we are dealing with the random variable and their probability distribution. Now, in this unit, what we are supposed to cover? We are supposed to cover two different types of random variable. We know that random variable is having two different kind, discrete or continuous. If we are dealing with the counting, that means we are dealing with the discrete random variable. If we are dealing with the measurements, then that kind of random variable will be known as a continuous random variable. Then after, we are supposed to learn some of the probability distribution functions like probability mass function, probability density function. That depends on the type of random variable, whether we are dealing with the discrete or continuous. On that basis, we will label a probability function, okay, whether it is probability mass function or distribution probability density function. Sorry. Then moments of random variable, then after functions of random variable, Chebyshev inequality, some spatial probability distribution like uniform, exponential distribution, Poisson distribution, geometric distribution, then after binomial distribution, normal distribution. Now, all these are the list of some spatial distribution, and from this list, uniform distribution, exponential distribution, geometric, binomial, normal, some of them, like binomial and Poisson, both are the distributions for discrete random variable, and rest of other are the distribution which we will apply, which we will identify for the continuous random variables. So this is our second unit. In this unit, right now we are at this stage, we had already defined the random variable, and we are running with some of the distribution functions. So Let's move ahead with unit 2. For that, once again, I need to share my screen. But let me start today's PPT. Then, just right. So, okay, as we know that random variables, we are having two different types of random variables, discrete and continuous. And this whole unit will be based on both that types of random variables. What is a random variable? We know that, as I discussed in the previous session, random variable is kind of function which gonna assign random variable is a kind of function which gonna assign a numerical value to the all possible outcomes p of x to some of the numerical values, is it? So it's a kind of function which can assign numerical value to all possible outcomes. As I defined earlier, the random variable usually written as x. We may use capital X or capital Y to denote the random variable, and is a variable whose possible values are numerical outcomes of the random experiment, is it? Good. After that, let's take a quick recall what we had done in last session. Might be there is a मेरे साइड से कोई डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा होगा, आ रहा है ना बेटा? देखो तुम एक ना, are you able to listen one of the song
Yes, sir. No,
in
sir.
the
The
background?
disturbance name.
यहाँ पे कोई जोर जोर से गाना बजा रहा है, रुक जा, एक मिनट दे दे मुझे. Let me shut my door. Now, now I'm comfortable. Let's move ahead. We know that the random variable will be divided into two parts: discrete, continuous. Discrete का मतलब क्या होता है? When we can say that our random variable is discrete, if we are dealing with counting some of the numbers. We are dealing with the counting. Suppose I'm counting a number of cars passing on the road. I'm counting number of students present in the class. I'm counting number of children in a family. In all such situation, I'm counting some of the things. And that particular experiment, जहाँ पे count की बात है, output will be surely an integer, positive integer. If I'm counting number of cars on the road, then it might be 0, it might be 1, it might be 2, it might be 112, it might be 1215, but it can't be 2.5, is it? It can't be a fraction. वो fraction नहीं हो सकता. It surely it will be a positive integer, might be negative भी हो सकता है, it depends on the situation. But what I'm discussing right now, we will be dealing with the integers, the discrete integers. In such a case, a random variable will be labeled as a discrete random variable. And if I'm dealing with the measurement, suppose I'm measuring height, weight, blood pressure, temperature of a room. I'm counting, I'm sorry, dealing with the real numbers between 1 and 2, or the 1 and 5, or the 1 and 100. And we know that a real number between any, there are infinite real numbers between any two real numbers. Is it? In such a case, my random variable will able to take infinitely many values continuous from my. So all such kind of variables where we are dealing with the measurement, we are measuring, then a random variable will act as a continuous random variable. Now after that, we had already discussed that in our previous session. We take you further for the probability distribution. We know that now this probability distribution we need to define for both the variables. मुझे बात करनी पड़ेगी how we are going to define probability distribution for the discrete random variable. Discrete के लिए कैसे define करते हैं? How we are going to define is for the continuous random variable. Is it? If I'm dealing with a probability distribution with the discrete or continuous, I may represent that distribution with the help of graph, with the help of table, or with the help of mathematical formula. कैसे हो सकता है? A graph, table, or formula that specify all the possible values that discrete random variable can take along with the associated probability, then it is called probability distribution. Suppose I am tossing a coin 3 times and x is my number of heads obtained. X, I am defining my random variable. Look, observe. What is my experiment? My experiment is I'm tossing 3 coins at a time. Now x, random variable x, is equals to number of heads we get. मैंने एक बार 3 कॉइन टॉस किए, हो सकता है कि तीनों में हेड है, दो में हेड है, एक ही हेड है, दो टेल है, और सारे टेल है. Is it now? In that case, my random variable x can take the values from the range. हो सकता है एक भी हेड ना मिले, हो सकता है एक ही हेड मिले, दो मिले, तीन मिल सकते हैं मैक्सिमम. तीन से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता. Why? Because I am tossing 3 coins at a time. So if I'm tossing 4 coins at a time, then the x will have the range 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it? If I'm tossing 2 coins at a time, then my x will have a range 0, 1, 2. Is it? But is it possible that in this case, for this experiment, if I'm tossing a coin 3 times and my random variable x, which I had defined like that, number of heads, will able to take value 2.5? क्या हो सकता है मैं 3 बार कॉइन टॉस कर रहा हूँ और मेरे रैंडम वेरिएबल की वैल्यू 2.5 है कि भाई माने कि 2.5 हेड्स आ जाए? नहीं हो सकता. Is it? It is not possible. So yes, yes, Meghna said no. So yes, good. So in this case, we are counting number of heads. Is it? So this kind of random variable is discrete random variable. And for the probability distribution, what we can do for that probability distribution, we are supposed to usually we will be dealing with a table. What we will do in the first row, I will represent the all the possible values that x can take. In this case, x can take the value 0, 1, 2, and 3 only. And in the next row, what we will identify its probability for the respective value. What is the probability that random variable x gonna take value 0? वो यहाँ पे लिखेंगे what is the probability that x gonna take value 1, 2, and 3. Respective probabilities will be here. So let me show you that. Oops. I think so I had choose the wrong slide. The animation is little bit wait. I need to change my slide. Wait. Just be here. Now, once again, my slide is visible to all of you. Yes, it is. So, as I discussed about tossing 3 coins at a time, then my random variable will able to take the value from 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, how we were discussing how we are supposed to represent a probability distribution. Then In the case of discrete enumerable, we will always take help from the table. We'll be representing that probability distribution using a table. In the table, uh, first row will containing all the possible values of random variable x, and in the second table, in the second row, sorry, respective probabilities will be there. So this kind of presentation is known as a probability distribution. Oh, we may take help from the table, we may take help from the graph even. This is for 0, this is for 1, this is for 2, and this is for 3. Is it? But usually we will be dealing with the table only. Let me move ahead. Then after probability function. Earlier we had discussed probability distribution. Now we are dealing with the probability function. It's a kind of similar thing. Let x be a random variable, then the probability function f of x maps the possible value of x against the respective probability. Possible values of x against that respective probabilities. That means this is once again a function which gonna assign, this is a function f of x which gonna assign a possible map, the possible value of x is gonna assign the x to the respective probabilities, nothing else. So kind of function which gonna assign a probability to all the possible values of random variable x. Such kind of function is known as a probability function. The presentation of that. Okay. For the probability function, we need to take care about two conditions. What are the conditions? The probability function, the probability, we know that the probability for each and every random variable x, always it will be lying in the range 0 to 1. So for every x, for every possible value of this random variable x, the probability will be between 0 to 1. It might be 0, it might be 1, but not less than 0, not greater than 1. For all the possible values of that random variable, I had used xi over here. I is my variable in this case, just and I will take value 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n, because it's for this particular, I just chosen that my random variable x gonna assume the value x0, x1, x2, x3 up to xn. So in that manner only. But what we need to take care, each and every probability must be lying between 0 and 1. And the second most important, using both these conditions, we'll be checking whether the provided function is probability function or not. The second condition is that the summation, the addition of all such probabilities of random variable x must be 1. So this is, both these are very, very important. And using that, we had already solved one of the example to check whether the provided function is probability function or not. Probability function. Now, this term probability function will be divided into two category. Once again, इसके लिए दो अलग से नाम हम देंगे. Either it will be known as probability mass function, PMF, or it will be known as a probability density function. When we can say that probability function is probability mass function or probability density function, if we are dealing with a discrete random variable, तो जो probability function है उसको अलग से नाम देंगे, then that probability function will be known as a probability mass function. And in the case of continuous random variable, that probability function will be known as a probability density function. So this is what I had mentioned over here, probability mass function in case of discrete probability distribution, and probability density function in the case of continuous probability distribution. Good. And we had already discussed this question. Let me move ahead. Okay. Meghna, I would like to know, ये question हमने किया था कि इसके बाद वाला कोई?
Sir, ये वाला ही किया था.
We are done with this. Okay. So let me move ahead. What we had done in this particular, we were having one of the function f of x equals to x by 6 and random variable x. इसमें आपने कुछ चेंज करवाया था कि नहीं करवाया था? In this case, our random variable x is gonna take value 0, 1, 2, 3, and there is a definition of function, and we need to check whether it is, this function is probability mass function or not. Now observe the word probability mass function. Probability mass function, mass माने कि PMF माने कि discrete, and you can observe Here my x can take the discrete values 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I wish to check whether this is a probability mass function or what I need to go for, I need to identify the functional value, that means the probability. For each and every possible value of x, first x can take value 0, so f of 0, replacing 0 over there, 0 by 6 will be 0. For 1, it will be 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6. Now, observe each and every probability, each and every this output, 0, 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 1 by 6, is lying in the range 0 to 1. 0, 1 by 6 is 0 0.16, 2 by 6, 0 0.33, 3 by 6, 0 0.5. So each and every output, ये output है क्या, these are the probability that x gonna take value 1. Okay, so each and every probability is lying between 0 and 1. So our first condition is satisfied over here, and we are checking whether the provided function is probability mass function or not. So for that we need to go for the second condition. What was our second condition? That summation of all that probabilities must be 1, is it? So for that I need to add all this 4, ये सारे मुझे ऐड करने, 0 plus 1 by 6 plus 2 by 6 plus 3 by 6, so it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6 by 6, and 6 by 6 equals to 1. So second condition is also satisfied. Summation of f of x is 0, 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6 leads to 1. So we can say that this is a wait, one more typo is there. Yes, I cannot use 4 over there. Okay, 4 is not there in the question. So this function is satisfying both the condition first as well as second. So we can say that this function, this particular this function will be labeled as probability function, but we are dealing with the discrete random variable, so this probability function will be known as probability mass function. Okay, so f of x is a probability mass function in this case. Now what should be the, if I'm gonna include 4 over there, actually that was typo, but suppose these are the possible values of x, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Earlier for this question I had discussed 0, 1, 2, 3 only. Now suppose if x is having a value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then well both this condition hold. क्या ये दोनों condition satisfy होगी तो probability mass function कहलाएगा या तो नहीं कहलाएगा, चलिए बोलिए. If I'm gonna take 4, additional 4 over there, then what will be happen? Then in that case I need to add f of 4 over there. Basically यहाँ पे space रखी थी, f of 4, that will be 4 by 6. 4 by 6 is 2 by 3, and if I'm gonna add 2 by 3 over here, or the 4 by 6 over here, then this will lead me towards 10 by 6, and 10 by 6 is greater than 1. So in that case, if my x is gonna take value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 also, then this function will not act as a probability mass function. तो ये probability mass function नहीं होता, is it? अभी के लिए है, क्योंकि I'm not gonna consider 4 over there. Okay, so take care. Now, the next one. Now check whether the function defined below is probability mass function or not. We are having, in earlier question we were having a definition of f of x. अगले क्वेश्चन में मेरे पास f of x की definition थी. And we were having some of the rule that x by 6, and we were having the range of x even 0, 1, 2, 3. Now instead of having this particular type of rule, in this question I had provided you all the possible values of x. Now observe my x gonna take 0, 1, 2, 3. Right now I'm not worried about the experiment क्या है और random variable x मैंने कैसे define किया है. Suppose I'm tossing a coin 3 times and x is my number of head. x किस तरीके से define किया, forget about that, we don't care for that, because for this question we are having x as well as we are having its probability. अगर random variable x 0 है तो उसकी probability 0.1, 0.441 and 0.242 and 0.343. So we're not worried about such kind of rule for this question. What we need to check? We need to check whether this function is probability mass function or not. As we know that this is discrete values x gonna take. So जो भी function की बात करे वो mass function ही कहलाएगा अभी तो, is it? So To check whether this is probability mass function or not, we need to check two conditions. Is it each and every probability? There's first condition is that each and every probability must be lying between 0 and 1. Yes, it is greater than 0, less than 1, 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 greater than 0, less than 1. So first condition is satisfied. Now what about the second? For the second, what we were checking, the summation of all the probabilities must be 1. So let's go for its addition. 0.1 plus 0.4, 0.5, 0.7, 0.7 plus 0.3 gives us 1. So in सारों का addition भी 1 हो रहा है. So all the probabilities lying between 0 and 1 and addition of all that possible values, all that probabilities is also 1. So we can say that this is a probability mass function. Yes. Observe, this will be the solution. Quite simple. So using both that kind of basic examples, one will be able to understand about the probability function. And recently we are dealing with the discrete random variable. So instead of using the word probability function, I am using the word probability mass function. Okay, take care for that. Observe, वो मैं हर एक बार एक क्वेश्चन में तीन बार बोल रहा हूँ कि क्यों मैं उसको probability mass function बोल रहा हूँ. Is it because right now we are dealing with discrete random variable. This is very important. Yes was saying no, not a probability function. Yes, तू अगले क्वेश्चन पिछले एग्जांपल नंबर 13 के लिए बोल रहा था बेटा. Yes, can you talk to me? Yes.
नहीं सर. हाँ.
Okay, it's okay. Let's move ahead. Now example 14, a discrete random variable x has following probability distribution. This is the probability distribution random variable x is having. Now once again we are not having a kind of rule for f of x. F of x के लिए कोई rule नहीं है हमारे पास अभी. F of x is not equal to x by 6 or x square by something. We are not worried about the rule because we are having that all the possible values of x. x कौन सी value ले सकता है वो list है हमारे पास. And we can clearly observe that x gonna take the discrete values from 0 to 5. So we are dealing with the discrete random variable. And the following, in the second row, I provided the probability for the respective values of x. Is it? Now what we supposed to check? Okay, as per the information, discrete random variable x has following distribution, probability distribution. Now this is a data. This distribution is probability distribution. That said that, and we may label it as it is a probability mass function. Is it? It is a probability mass function. We can say that. Now, what we need to check, what we need to find, we need to find unknown k. Then after probability that x is gonna take value less than 3, or third equation x gonna take value greater than equals to 3, or x will be lying between the interval 2 to 5, including 2 and 5. Now, as we are having the data that this is a probability distribution, that means both the conditions of the probability distribution must be satisfied. वो satisfy हो ही रही होगी क्योंकि ये data में है कि this is probability distribution, is it? So, using both that properties, both that condition, first we need to identify k. Now, as per the data that the provided is probability distribution, that means each and every value will be in the interval 0 to 1. And the second condition, that summation of, that means addition of all the possible values must be equals to 1. So using this, let us use that particular property to identify k. Now, summation of f of x equals to 1. Now, in सारों का second row में जो भी values है, these are the probability. इन सारों का addition 1 होना चाहिए. चलिए देखते हैं 0 plus k, 0 plus k plus 0.2 plus 2k plus 0.3 plus k. Sorry, 2k. It must be 1, is it? Now, adding all this, now we know that f of x is PMF. Now, adding all this, it must be 1. As I said, इन सारों का addition क्या होगा? 5k. k plus 2k plus 2k, it will be 5k plus 0.5. So 5k plus 0.5 will be 1. 0.5 will be on the other side. So 5k it will be 0.1. Sorry, 5k, it will be 0.5, and k will be 0.1. So now we are having the value of k. Once we are having a value of k, we need to replace that value over here. k यहाँ पे भी replace कर दूंगा और यहाँ पे भी replace कर दूंगा. Then one can easily cross verify whether the addition of this row will be 1. Surely it will be 1. That's it. Now, let us replace that values, but let me do it on the next slide. Yes, here. There is some issue with the animation, might be. Okay, we're good with that. Fine. Now we are having a value of k over here. We know that as we find k equals to 0.1. So this will be 0.1. This will be 0.1, sorry, 0.2 as it is. It will be 0.2, 2 times k, and this will be once again 0.2. You may check 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, and 0.1 plus 0. So it will be the addition of this is 1. Now we need to find probability that x is having a value less than 3. Now for less than 3, it is strictly less than 3. So मुझे find करनी है probability जहाँ पे x की value 3 से कम है. So ऐसे 3 ही केस 0, 1, and 2. I cannot include 3 because we are dealing with x is strictly less than 3. So I need to add f of 0 plus f of 1 plus f of 2. F of 0 is 0, f of 1 is 0.1, and f of 2 is 0.2. So addition of that gives us 0.3. This is the answer for the second one. Similarly, for the third and fourth, if I'm interested to find probability that random variable x gonna take value greater than equals to 3, in such a case, I need to include 3, 4, 5. So p of x equals to 3, or in other words, okay, writing like this, f of 3. Instead of that, you may present like that also, p of x equals to 3. We are good with that. Huh? If I'm writing p of x equals to 3, or you are writing f of 3, we are good with both that notations. Take care. So f of 3 plus f of 4 plus f of 5 will lead us to 0.7. It's very, very easy. And for the interval 2 to 5, for this particular interval where 2 and 5 both are included, 2 f of 2 plus f of 3 plus f of 4 plus f of 5 will give us 0.9. So once again, a kind of basic question. I don't think so you guys will having any issue related to this. Hopefully we are good to move ahead, is it?
Yes, sir.
Good. This is one of the word problem for you guys, and I will gonna solve this question with the help of one of you. Let's discuss the question first. Example 15. The situation we are having that from a lot of 10 items, I'm having 10 items. Among them, 3 items are defective. I'm having 10 items. Out of that 10 items, 3 are defectives, and 10. The rest of 7 is good, tested, okay. Now, a sample of 4 items is chosen randomly. What I'm doing, I'm choosing 4 items from this 10 items. I'm supposed to draw a sample of 4 items. A sample of 4 items is chosen randomly. If the discrete random variable x represents the number of defective items in the sample. Now, we need to take care about this. We are going to define a discrete random variable capital X. Now, what is my capital X right now? My capital X is discrete random variable, and how it is defined, the number of defective items in that sample. In that sample, what size of sample we are choosing? We are choosing sample of size 4. We are drawing a sample of 4 items from this 10 items, is it? So X will be my number of defective items in the sample, not from the lot, but from the sample. And what we are supposed to find, then find the probability distribution related to that X. Situation समझ में आ रही है? I'm having 10 items. Out of that 10, 3 are defective, 7 are tested okay. And now from this particular lot, I'm supposed to draw a sample of 4 items. I'm choosing 4 items randomly, and I'm defining my random variable in such a way that x is a number of defective item in the sample. And now I need the probability distribution for that random variable x. So initially I'm looking for a kind of table like this, where in the first row I will specify all discrete values x can take, and in the second row we'll be interested to identify their respective probabilities, is it? So will any of you lead me for x? क्या बता सकता है कोई मुझे कि x कितनी अलग अलग वैल्यूज यहाँ पे अज्यूम कर सकता है? हाउ मेनी डिफरेंट वैल्यूज x कैन टेक इन दिस सिचुएशन?
Sir, 0, 1,
2,
2,
4.
3.
कौन कौन बोल कौन रहा है बाबा? हेलो.
Sir, it's Nidhi.
ओके, एक बात सुन लो सारे बच्चे. हेलो. मैं जब पढ़ा रहा हूँ आप लोगों को तो मेरे सामने भी वही सेम स्क्रीन है. So I will be not able to identify you. I will be not able to identify कि कौन बात कर रहा है. तो जब भी आप बोले, when you are unmuting your mic and try to talk with me, then first it should be like this. Hello sir, it's Vipul here. Is it? Hello sir, it's
Yes,
Nidhi
sir.
here. Hello sir, it's Rajan here. Like that. हाँ, कौन बात कर रहा है बेटा बता? कौन
Sir,
बोला?
it's Nidhi.
हाँ निधि बोल. अभी x कौन कौन सी वैल्यू ले सकता है बता दे.
0,
गलत
1,
हुआ तो
2, and 3.
0 हो सकता है. 0 का मतलब क्या है?
One.
It's quite
मतलब
possible
एक
that
भी जो अपन ने सैंपल चूज करा है उसमें से एक भी डिफेक्टिव नहीं हो.
हाँ सच बात है. जो अपन ने सैंपल चूज करा है उसमें से एक भी डिफेक्टिव ना हो. ओके ठीक है. फिर 1 हो सकता है, 1 डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है, 2 डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है, 3 डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है, 4 डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है, 5 डिफेक्टिव
नहीं
हो, 10 भी डिफेक्टिव हो सकता है. क्यों क्यों क्या हुआ? कहाँ पे रुक जाऊं?
सर, क्वेश्चन में दे रखा है कि ओनली आउट ऑफ 10 3 आइटम्स आर डिफेक्टिव.
हाँ लेकिन मैं सैंपल तो 4 का ले रहा हूँ तो 4 तो हो सकता है ना. इज इट? यस और नो?
नो सर.
नो नहीं हो सकता. क्यों? बिकॉज इन माई in this situation I am having just 3 defective items, is it? So
Yes,
it's
sir.
the possible values that random variable x gonna take. It will be the 0 or 1 or 2 or maximum 3. Out of 4 3 defective हो सकते हैं. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता out of 4 4 are defective. All 4 are defective because I am just having 3 defective items, is it? So quite possible कोई भी defective ना हो. एक defective निकले, 2 defective निकले या तो 3 defective निकले. Are we good with this? So with the help of Nidhi, we guys are good with our first row. X can take this 4 values 0, 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now, Nidhi, for the second part, we need to identify their respective probabilities. That what is the probability that my random variable x will assume the value 0. So next, I'm interested to find what is the probability that random variable x is having a value 0. We may use this particular notation, or you may use this notation even, f of 0. I'm good with both that notations. Okay, so what will be the probability that my random variable x will have the value 0? उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा निधि? What is the basic simple definition for the probability that m divided by n, is it, where m is number of variable cases, n is total number of cases? अब हम कर क्या रहे बेटा? एक सैंपल चूज कर रहे हैं. सैंपल की साइज क्या है? 4.
4.
लॉट में कितने आइटम है बेटा? 10.
10.
सो 10 में से 4 कितने डिफरेंट वेज से चूज हो सकते हैं?
10C4.
Perfect. Good. Now, for the x equals to 0, कोई भी डिफेक्टिव नहीं आना चाहिए. मानी कि इन
7.
यस. कोई एक बोला. कौन बोल रहा है?
Yes, sir, it's yes.
Sir, it's
I
Nidhi.
think
Nidhi.
निधि यस दोनों बात कर रहे. कोई एक अपना माइक अनम्यूट कर दो. निधि तू, तेरा टर्न खत्म. चल अब तू अटेंड कर. हाँ यस तू बता. It should be 7C3, is it? Why?
yes,
Because all that 3 items must be from the tested okay. उसमें कोई डिफेक्ट ही नहीं होना चाहिए. And
yes,
यहाँ से कोई आना भी नहीं चाहिए. सो अगर मैं नहीं भी लिखूं तो भी चलेगा, वरना ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं 3C0. 3C0 into 7C3. We need to use multiplication. Take care. Why? Because we are saying like that. इसमें से कोई नहीं आना चाहिए and
और
इसमें से तीन नहीं, और वो हिंदी वाला होगा.
और
ठीक है,
हाँ हिंदी वाला ही बोल
हिंदी
रहा
वाला होगा. चल समझ गया. And 3 items must be from this lot. Is it? So 3C0 into 7C3 divided by 10C4, and we are having we are totally allowed to use Kelsey in the examination, and we are having one of the function key for the combination. So it will be quite easy. 3C0 will be 1, 7C3 आप find कर सकते, Kelsey से 10C4 भी find कर सकते, कोई it is not a big deal. We'll be dealing like that, but छोड़ दे, वो बाद में मैं बताऊंगा अभी solution. Now, Yash, you will help me for this. What will be the probability when my random x gonna take value 1? Yes, please. Who is that?
So it's Divya.
It's Divya. Divya Dodeja. Yes, Divya, बोल. बता दे बेटा.
7C3 होगा या 7C4 होगा?
कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे?
Yes, sir, वहाँ पे
Okay,
7C4
oh, 7C4. That was my mistake. It must be 7C4. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Divya, अब नीचे के लिए बता दे.
Yes, sir. Sir, नीचे 10C4 होगा.
Yes, once again it will be 10C4 because total number of cases we are choosing 4 item out of 10, so it will be 10C4. Now what should be in the denominator?
So 7C3 into 4C1.
इसमें से एक आना चाहिए.
7C3 और
साथ में से
3C1.
3 आने चाहिए.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
now you are correct. 3C1.
3C1.
इस डिफेक्टिव वाले में से एक आना चाहिए, एंड ये ओके वाले जो है टेस्टेड ओके है उसमें से 3 आने चाहिए. 1 plus 3 total 4 हो गए. 10C4 in the denominator. By solving this, we will be able to identify the probability for x equals to 1. Now, one of you, let me choose randomly from the audience. Bhavdeep, will you
Yes,
you
sir.
help me for this one? If my random variable x gonna take value 3, yes, please.
Sir,
And the denominator we will have, yes,
So
please, sorry.
the 3C4.
3C4 क्या ऐसा कुछ
Sir,
होता है बेटा?
4C3. Sir, 4C3.
Is it? This is meaningless. This is stupid kind of talk. 3C4 हो ही नहीं सकता. 3 में से 4 कैसे चूज करे भाई? तू मरवा देगा. चल. Okay. 4C.
Sir, it will be.
It will
Sir,
be.
Sir,
3 में से
7.
3 होने चाहिए ना?
Yes.
और rest of 1 must be chosen from the tested okay. So ये तीनों डिफेक्टिव तो होने ही चाहिए, और एक जो बाकी रहा वो इसमें से आना चाहिए. Are we good? 3C3 into 7C1 divided by 10C4. Am I clear? Are we clear? Hello? कौन बात कर रहा था चला गया? Am I audible, Meghna?
Answer 7C1.
Okay, might be there is a network issue from your side, so it is advisable that you will mute yourself. अपना माइक म्यूट कर दो बेटा.
7.
हाँ, सच बात है, सच सुनाई दिया बेटा. 3C3 into 7C1 divided by 10C4, is it? Now, let me resolve that, and how you are supposed to present this kind of question in the examination. Let me show. This should be your way of presentation. Now, this is the situation we are having. X is number of defective items in the sample and number of defective 3 good items. यहाँ पे गलती है, यहाँ पे छोटी सी गलती है. Let me correct that. Just made a typo. There's typo nothing. We are having 7 good items over there. So total items are 10. Then P of x equals 0, no defective items. जैसे हमने solve किया 7C4 divided by 10C4. For x equals to 1, for x equals to 2, for x equals to 3. Is it? And we can see each and every probability is lying between 0 and 1. Addition सबका निकालो 1 ही होगा, पक्की बात है. 1 by 6 plus 5 by 10 plus 3 by 10 plus 1 by 3, it will surely gonna lead to 1. And we are interested in probability distribution. देखो यही तो बात की थी. We are looking for one of the table whose first row must be the discrete values of x and second row must contain the respective probabilities. So this table, by solving all that combinations which we had just discussed in a last to last slide, this will be the answers, and this is known as the probability distribution for a random variable x, where x is number of defective items in the lot of 4 when 10 items are there, 3 are defective, 7 are non-defective, and we are choosing 4 out of them randomly. Is it? So are we good with this question? Are we good?
Yes,
और अगर
sir.
कोई डाउट है then please let भावदीप बोल रहा है yes sir. बाकी के सारे सो रहे क्या? I just ask whether we guys are clear with this or not. अभी यहाँ पे 16 लोग हैं. I need each and every reply over the chat box. जो भी अभी रिप्लाई नहीं करेगा उसका अटेंडेंस काटूंगा. Just joking, huh? But I need the reply. Whether you guys are attending or not, I'll able to know by your comment only. Yes. Good. So let's move ahead. For that, I need to change my slide. Just give me 1 minute. Just a minute. Let me start the presentation again. Window, slide, share. So, now we'll discuss about probability mass function. अब तक जो हमने बात की थी, हम बात कर रहे थे probability mass function की. Now we need to discuss the similar kind of stuff with the continuous random variable. If we are measuring some of the thing, if I'm dealing with the measurement, in such a case, my random variable will surely gonna take values from the one of the interval. And for the second property, when probability mass function must be having total of 1. If my random variable is gonna take infinite values, then summation will not surely not gonna help me. In that case, one of the tools from our calculus, that is integration, will help us. So definition बिल्कुल similar kind of होगी. Earlier we were using summation, now we will be using integration instead of summation. Is it? So इतना सही छोटा सा ही फर्क रहेगा. Don't worry about that. Let me discuss this. If let x be a continuous random variable, observe continuous random variable. Continuous इसके साथ word जो connected है, that is density. If x is discrete random variable, तो यहाँ पे word क्या आता है? Mass function. Discrete के साथ mass, continuous के साथ density. If my x is continuous random variable, then the probability function f of x of a random variable x is called probability density function if it satisfies both that conditions or that similar conditions. Once again, well, we are going to discuss the similar condition. For each and every value of x, the probability must be lying between 0 and 1. This is literally same with the earlier one. Earlier I had used x equals for every x, where x belongs to x1, x2, x3 up to xn. Now instead of listing all that, I am taking care for the interval कि वो मेरा रैंडम वेरिएबल है, वो किसी भी इंटरवल माइनस इनफाइनाइट से प्लस इनफाइनाइट जो भी इंटरवल में है, हर किसी की वैल्यू, each and every value of that x, the probability with respect to that must be between 0 to 1. It might be 0, it might be 1, and in the rest of the case it should be between 0 and 1. And the summation of that interval must be 1. Now why I'm using summation? Because we know that if we are dealing with one of the interval, if we are dealing with interval minus infinite to infinite, or in other case, if I'm dealing with the interval a to b, or 1 to 5, or 3 to 7. Now, if my random variable x is continuous random variable, may chalo specific example in this is 1, b is, so this is 5. If my random variable x is going to take value from 1 to 5, and my x is continuous random variable, तो आप बता सकते हैं मुझे 1 से 5 के बीच में कितने real numbers होंगे? Infinite, is it? So x can take any value between 1 and 5. So quite possible x is having 1.1, quite possible x is having 1.11, quite possible x is having 1.11, 7, 8, 5, like that. So I cannot list out each and every. So in this case, we need to add all that values. Now, In the case of this interval, infinitely many values, we are having one of the tool which can help us, that is integration. We know that. So instead of using summation, now we will use integration between minus infinite to infinite. All the possible values of x should be 1. So यहीं पे छोटा सा एक फर्क है, अगले स्लाइड में हम ये प्रोबेबिलिटी मास फंक्शन हम ये लिख रहे थे, summation of f of x must be 1. Now instead of summation we are taking help of integration. Take care, both these are doing similar kind of stuff. इंटीग्रेशन भी तो वही कर रहा है ना, तो समेशन का समेशन भी एडिशन करके दे रहा है, इंटीग्रेशन भी हमको वो सारी सारी छोटी छोटी वैल्यू का एडिशन ही देगा. ठीक है. नाउ इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन a kind of interval a to b and we need to find the probability that x is lying between a to b, then our formula will be specified like this: integration over a to b f of x dx. Is it? So if my probability function f of x is going to satisfy both this condition 1 and 2, then we can say that that probability function, that function is probability function, and it will be labeled as probability density function. Okay, if my function f of x is going to satisfy both this condition, then that function will be probability function, and continuous random variable है तो उसको बोलेंगे हम probability density function. Okay. Now, before going for the example of probability density function, we need to define one more important concept, that is cumulative distribution function. Cumulative distribution function. Now, cumulative distribution function हम दोनों के लिए define करेंगे. हमारे पास दो different kind of, we are having two different kind of random variable, continuous, discrete, and this cumulative distribution function is defined for both that, whether we are dealing with the discrete random variable or we are dealing with the continuous random variable. हम दोनों के लिए डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. लेकिन क्या होता है, चलिए एक छोटा सा रिकॉल लेते हैं. You guys had already dealt with the cumulative frequencies, is it, in your high school? अपने अपने हाई स्कूल में cumulative frequency से तो काम किया है, उसके साथ तो काम किया हुआ है. देखिए छोटा सा एक एग्जांपल, let us take suppose this is my one of the variable x and उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी दे रहा हूं मैं. एक एग्जांपल से ही बात करें. चलिए, x is the marks obtained by student. सपोज कि मैंने एक 50 मार्क्स की एग्जाम ली हुई है पीएस सब्जेक्ट की, और x is my marks. I'm going to represent that result with one of the table. 50 में से 50 आने वाले कितने लोग हैं? ओके छोड़िए, लेट मी असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में फॉलो करता हूँ. वेट, 10 मार्क्स कितने बच्चों के हैं, तो कि उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी f इज अ फ्रीक्वेंसी दैट कितने बच्चों के मार्क्स 10 है. ठीक है, 10 मार्क्स जितने लोगों के आए उतने बच्चे, मान लीजिए कि 3 स्टूडेंट्स गॉट 10 मार्क्स. नाउ 15 मार्क्स आने वाले 5 बच्चे, मान लीजिए 20 मार्क्स 2 ही बच्चे जिसके मार्क्स 20 है. देन आफ्टर 40 मान लीजिए 10 बच्चे हैं, 10 स्टूडेंट्स आर देयर हुज मार्क्स इन पीएस आर 40, and 50 out of 50, suppose there are 7 students, is it? Now this first column represents the marks of student. Now this is frequency, that means 10 marks जितने लोग के हैं, that number is 3 students got 10 marks, 5 students got 15 marks, 2 students got exactly 20 marks, 40, 50, is it? Good. Now in this case, if I need to identify cumulative frequency, CF, जो आप बोलते थे CF अपने हाई स्कूल में, वो कैसे करते थे, बताएंगे कोई? How we were finding CF in this case? Any of you unmute yourself and talk to me.
Sir, x into f, I think.
X into
maybe.
F, क्या बात कर रहा है बेटा?
सर सिग्मा एक्स आई एफ आई उस टाइप का कुछ था, तो मतलब नेक्स्ट
किससे बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, किससे बात कर रहा हूँ, किससे बात कर रहा हूँ?
इट्स यस हियर.
यस, कम्युलेटिव फ्रीक्वेंसी, उसके स्पेल, उसके मीनिंग पे तो ध्यान दे. कम्युलेटिव.
हेलो सर.
हाँ
हेलो.
यश, निधि
बोल
या तो
बोल दो
फिर
बोल.
कोई एक बोल दे चल, या तो अर्पित बोल दे या तो निधि बोल दे, कोई एक बोल दे. अरे जल्दी कर, वी आर
सर
नॉट इन
जैसे
हॉलिडे. हाँ हाँ हाँ,
हाँ
यस
सर।
बेटा।
सर सर जहाँ पे x10 है वहाँ पे क्यूमुलेटिव फ्रीक्वेंसी 3 होगी, और फिर उसके बाद नीचे अपन सब्ट्रैक्ट ऐड
ऐड
करते
करेंगे।
जाते हैं
दिस
एक
8
एक
इज
को।
एक्चुअली
5
3
प्लस
प्लस
3
5,
8।
और इसके
हाँ
लिए क्या करेंगे? 3 प्लस
5
5 प्लस 2 मानी कि कितना होगा? 10। इसके लिए
10
क्या करेंगे? इन चारों का एडिशन
20।
करेंगे। 3 प्लस
हाँ
5 प्लस 2 प्लस 10, 3 प्लस 5 प्लस 2 प्लस 10 will gives us
20
20, and adding this
20
3 plus
plus
5 plus 2
25
plus 10 plus 7, it will be 27. अब इससे
7।
ये भी पता चल रहा है कि क्लास में 27 बच्चे, इज इट? यस और नो? इन सभी का एडिशन
यस सर।
27 ही होगा, देख लीजिए।
यस सर।
और इतने कितने बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिसके मार्क्स 10 या 10 से कम है, तो 3। कितने बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिसके मार्क्स 15 से कम है, तो वो 8। कितने बच्चे ऐसे जिसके मार्क्स 20 से कम है, is it 20 या उससे कम है, 10. So for the cumulative frequency, what I'm interested right now, for the cumulative frequency we were adding these things, is it na? Respectively we were adding one of the term, और पिछली टर्म निकाल अगली जो भी सारी आगे वाली टर्म है उस सबको ऐड कर रहे थे ना. The similar kind of stuff will be here in the distribution, cumulative distribution function. वही करेंगे हम. कैसे करेंगे चलिए देखते हैं. How we will do that? Wait. We're good with x p of x. हम probability function से अब familiar है, is it ना? probability distribution कैसे निकालते वो हमको पता है. अब मान लीजिए कि ये है, I'm just before going for the definition, मैं आपको ये पूरी बात एक बार दिमाग में घुसा दूं तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. Suppose x is having a value 0, 1, 2, 3 and बस 3 तक रखते चलो. And the respective probabilities, suppose 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 8. I'm not worried about x kya hai, what are the probability, I'm not dealing with any that. Suppose this is my probability distribution, ये probability distribution है, मैंने check कर लिया 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8, so it will be 8 by 8, so it will be 1, and all these values are lying between 0 and 1. So this is one of the probability distribution for a discrete and a variable x. Now, if I need to find its cumulative distribution function, then what I'm supposed to do, I'm just supposed to add one more row that table, एक और एक रो में ऐड करूंगा, और उसमें मैं क्या करूंगा, ये सारी जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है ना उसको ऐड करता जाऊंगा. किस तरीके से देखिए. For 1 by 8 it will be 1 by 8 for this particular. 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 it will be 4 by 8. For this 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 it will be 7 by 8. And last it will be 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, it will be 8 by 8. और ये जो है ना, this is known as a cumulative distribution function, और उसका notation रहेगा capital F of x. Now take care for the notation. For the cumulative distribution function, we will be dealing with the capital F. तो notation में गड़बड़ ना हो, इससे पहले भी एक small f of x हमने ले लिया है notation में. Now small f of x is a probability function. Capital F of x is cumulative distribution function. Now I cannot change this notation because this is a standard notation. Is it? यही notation use होता है तो वो हम अपने तरीके से change नहीं कर सकते. So take care for that. So this the kind of stuff we are going to define. This is what we are going to define. Are we clear? Are we clear with the understanding? Then I will move for the definition. Let me know. Am I clear with the understanding of the subject? Give the comment over the chat box quickly if I'm clear with my. Good. Okay, good. So let's try to define the cumulative distribution function for discrete as well as for the continuous time variable. दोनों के लिए एक साथ पैरेलल में डिफाइन कर रहा हूं ताकि आपके दिमाग में ये बहुत अच्छी तरीके से रह पाए. Now for the discrete, let x be a discrete random variable which gonna take the value x1, x2, x3 up to so on, where x1 is less than x2 is less than x3. Then the cumulative distribution function, observe this, then the cumulative distribution function, and the cumulative distribution function, I'm concerned about the notation, f of x. The cumulative distribution function f of x is defined as f of xn is equals to summation of p of xi from 1 to n. That depends on n. xn, तो p of xn तक सारों का addition करना है. Is it? If I'm looking for f of x2, oops, sorry. I need to erase this. What's wrong with this pen? Sorry. Wait, yes. If I'm looking for capital F of x2 or to capital F of x3, then what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to find the summation I running from 1 to 3 p of x3. That's all. Mani ki p of x1, x2, x3 like that. In that case, if I'm interested to find p of f of xn, then probability that x is less than equals to xn, or in other words, summation. We may use the summation to represent that. That means p of x1 plus p of x2 plus p of x3 up to p of xn. Okay. So this is a simple and basic definition for the cumulative distribution function in the case of discrete enumerable. And these are some of the properties which we are already aware about. F of xn is p of x1, x2 up to xn. This is kind of similar stuff with the definition. And each and every probability, addition of each and every probability will be 1, and each and probability that each and every probability will be lying between 0 and 1. And for the interval f of b minus f, okay, we are not worried about that. Don't worry about the properties, it's quite basic. Let's discuss for the continuous. Now, if our random variable is continuous random variable, then what should be the by which term the formula will be differ? Formula will differ by this term. यहाँ पे हम in this case for the discrete random variable we were using summation. Here we will be using with the we will be dealing with the integration only. This will be the basic difference. Observe. Now, if x is a continuous random variable, then the cumulative distribution function f of x is defined as, will be defined as capital F of x, where x is less than equals to x. This x will be specified, कहाँ तक हमको find करना है, is it? So that will be integration from minus infinite to x, f of x dx. So we may go f of t dt. Okay. If there is a question in your mind why I had used f of t dt, just to make sure that इन दोनों x को मैं डिफर करने के लिए यहाँ पे t का नोटेशन यूज किया. In other case, we know that definite integration is always free from variable, whether I'm dealing with f of x dx over the interval 0 to 1, or whether I'm dealing with f of y dy over the limits 0 to 1. Both this will be always same because definite integral always ends with one of the constant number. So मैं कौन सा वेरिएबल यूज कर रहा हूँ उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है. यहाँ पे मान लीजिए कि x स्क्वायर है, इंटीग्रेशन ओवर 0 to 1 x स्क्वायर dx, या फिर इंटीग्रेशन ओवर 0 to 1 y स्क्वायर dy. इन दोनों का आंसर सेम ही रहेगा. So don't worry about that t, f of t dt. It is just for the different notation, nothing else. But we are just interested in cumulative distribution function. In continuous part, f of x will be integration running from minus infinite to x. That depends वो x यहाँ से आया है, minus infinite to x f of t dt. If I'm looking for f of a, then it will be minus infinite to a f of x dx or f of t dt. We're good with both that. Okay. So in the case of continuous random variable, we'll be taking help from the integration. In the case of discrete random variable, we will be taking help from the summation. And these are some of the similar kind of properties. Right now, we're not going to discuss that. We're good without that. Okay. Now it's the time that we may proceed with the examples. 3 topic अभी हमने किया. We had gone through 3 topics. Probability, density function. वो 3 topic कौन से? Let me list out. आज जो बात की, that is probability density function for the continuous random variable. Then we had defined cumulative distribution function. Now cumulative distribution function हम दोनों के लिए define किया, discrete के लिए भी किया और continuous के लिए भी किया, continuous random variable के लिए भी किया. Now these 3 topics which we had discussed today. Now let's go for its exercise, its examples. So it will make the things clear in your mind. Let me go ahead. Yes, this is example number 16. Okay, there is, yes sir, sure, yes sir. Okay, कोई comment नहीं है. I was just checking whether there's any comment or not. Okay. Example 16, what it says that check whether the following function f of x is probability density function or not. Okay, first we need to check whether the following function f of x, this is just a function right now. We will decide whether that function is probability density function or not. And if so, if it is a probability density function, if so, then find the probability having this density falls in the interval 1 to 2. Okay, first forget about the second part. Let's try to identify whether the following, whether the given function, which is in the way, or which is in the form f of x equals to e raised to minus x if x is greater than equals to 0, and which is equals to 0 in all the other cases, that means x is less than 0. Now, how to check whether this function will act as a probability function or not? ये जो फंक्शन है वो प्रोबेबिलिटी फंक्शन मानी कि प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी फंक्शन कहलाएगा कि नहीं? What we need to check. Can any of you will unmute his or her mic and let me know what conditions we are going to check? कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे ये प्रोबेबिलिटी फंक्शन है या नहीं? ओके, रुको.
सर
कंटिन्यूअस हम कंटिन्यूअस रैंडम वेरिएबल के साथ बात करें या तो फिर डिस्क्रीट रैंडम वेरिएबल की बात करें, ये बता दे पहले. Right now we are dealing with continuous random variable or discrete random variable.
सर इट इज
continuous.
Perfect, it is continuous. Why? Because I had used the word probability density function. वहीं से भी पता चल रहा है. और अगर यहाँ से पता ना चले, देखो एक तो यहाँ से where is my pen? Yes, एक तो यहाँ से पता चल रहा है. They had used the notation that probability density function. अगर यहाँ से भी पता ना चले, then observe here. Observe both this. I'm not having a discrete values of x. I'm dealing with the interval. When I'm saying that x is greater than equals to 0, that means I'm dealing with the interval 0, which is included, up to infinite, 0 to infinite. In this case, I'm dealing with the interval minus infinite to 0. Is it? So right now, recently, we are dealing with the intervals for the values of random variable. That means we are dealing with the continuous random variable. Yes, move ahead. So क्या चेक करेंगे बता बेटा? या तो यस बात कर रहा था या तो मेघना बात कर रही थी. वन ऑफ यू. यस बता बेटा, कौन सी दो कंडीशन चेक करनी होगी?
सर पहले तो कोई भी इंटरवल में जो कोई भी रैंडम वैल्यू लेंगे उसका मतलब p ऑफ x है वो 0 to 1 में लाई करेगा और वो सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है.
यस, p of x must be lying between the interval
0 to 1.
0 to 1. Okay. And second, what we will check?
Integration for this here, for this particular case we will use integration.
Integration from minus infinite to infinite f of x dx must lead us to 1. यही चेक करना है, हाँ या ना? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. So let's go for solution now. Wait. Let me erase all the inks. Yes. Solution. This will be the first part. I'm giving you just 10 seconds. Just go through it. क्या समझ में आ रहा है बताओ? Just go through it. If you're able to identify, if you're able to understand the solution, in that case, let me know. If you're not able to understand the solution, then let me know. Are we good? Are we good? Are we clear? Is it? Okay. Let me explain. Where's my pen? Give me 1 minute. Okay, yes. Let me choose my pen. Yes. Now, we just need to worry about integration running from minus infinite to infinite f of x dx. Is it? If this integration gives us the value 1, that means the provided function is probability function. For this case, it will be known as probability density function. Now, I need to identify integration running from minus infinite to infinite, but I'm not having a function in the continuous form. Because जो भी देखिए यहाँ पे function किस तरीके से define है. Let me take the help of one of the line. Suppose this is minus infinite n, this is positive infinite n, and here is 0 in the center. Now, minus infinite to 0, x is less than 0, that means that this part will be known as x is less than 0, is it? इस पूरे पार्ट में फंक्शन किस तरीके से डिफाइन है? व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ फंक्शन इन दिस पार्ट? फंक्शन इज डिफाइंड एज f of x equals to 0, is it? This one. Now, if x is greater than equals to 0, that means for this part 0 या तो उससे बड़ी कोई भी वैल्यू. For all this entire part, my function f of x is defined as f of x equals to e raised to minus x, as it is provided in the data. So what I need to do, I need to divide this interval into two part. Minus infinite f of x dx, इसको मैं दो पार्ट में डिवाइड करूंगा, minus infinite to 0 and 0 to infinite. Is it? Are we good with this? This is a quite basic technique related to calculus. We know that if I am dealing with the integral 1 to 5 f of x dx, तो इतने इस इंटीग्रेशन के मुझे जितने भी पार्ट करने हैं, I can deal like that integration running from 1 to 2 f of x dx plus 2 to 5. If I wish to do a kind of partition, then we can. और भी अगर पार्टीशन करना है 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, not 5 to 6, but 4 to 5. If I'm not going to change my integrand, then such kind of partitions we can. So with similar property, minus infinite to infinite, I had divided into two parts, minus infinite to 0, then 0 to infinite. Now for this part, minus infinite to 0, my function f of x will act as a 0. Observe here. So अगर ये 0 हो गया तो ये पूरा पार्ट ही निकल गया. So this 0 is reflected by this. Now for the positive part, 0 to infinite, my function is having a nature e raised to minus x. So instead of this f of x, I had mentioned e raised to minus x, and we know that integration of e raised to ax dx is nothing but e raised to ax divided by a. So using that basic formula of integration, e raised to minus x will be e raised to minus x divided by minus 1. That minus 1, I had mentioned that minus over here. And by putting upper limit, lower limit, solving this, how we will solve that? Wait, let me choose the eraser. Yes. How we guys gonna put the limit over there? हमको पता है limit कैसे put करते हैं? Upper limit, then after lower limit, is it? So let us solve that. In this case, upper limit. Now I'm having minus over there. Upper limit is infinite, so I'm supposed to replace infinite instead of x. Minus of e raised to minus infinite, upper limit, minus lower limit, minus of e raised to minus 0 will be 0. And we know that e raised to minus infinite is 0. ये हमको पता है, हमने जो फूरियर सीरीज सीखी हुई है फर्स्ट ईयर में, उससे पता है वो क्यों ये 0 हो रहा है. e raised to minus infinite is actually 1 upon e raised to infinite, and we know that e raised to infinite is infinite, so 1 upon infinite is always 0. हमको पता है. So e raised to minus infinite is 0. This is 0. Anything raised to 0 is 1, so this is minus minus plus e raised to 0 is 1, so that will gives us 1. Okay, so इसका जो addition, इसका जो summation निकाला हमने from minus infinite to infinite, that gives us 1. That means using that we can label that the provided function f of x is probability density function. Are we good? क्या समझ में आ रही बात सारों को? I'm having 17 students in front of me and I reply all 17. I need that all 17 will drop a message over the chat box whether you are clear or not clear. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है बता दीजिए, कोई बात नहीं. If you are not good with the understanding, then it's okay. Let me know, I will explain it once again. If you are clear, then drop a message over the chat box. Good. अभी 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ही रिप्लाई आए अभी तक. 10 रिप्लाई आने बाकी है. क्या मुझे नाम बोलना पड़ेगा यहाँ से? गुड. Jaya, Sushil, Vibhusha, Sushil, Shivam Yadav, Priyanshu Jha, Priyank, Nidhi, Mohammad, Krunal, Janvi. Good, good. That's good. So let's move for the second part of this question. Let me erase all the inks. And now what we are supposed to find, if it is a, the question was like that, if it is a probability density function, first we were supposed to decide whether it is a probability density function or not. That we had already concluded. The provided function is probability density function. Now, if it is a probability density function, then second question was like that. Then find the probability that the variable x having the density fall in the interval 1 to 2. So 1 to 2 के बीच में that interval, उसके बीच में कितनी डेंसिटी, वो कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? देखो ऐसे फाइंड करेंगे, इंटीग्रेशन और 1 to 2 f of x dx. That will be as simple as that. Integration, we just need to identify integration over 1 to 2 f of x dx. Now 1 to 2 is lying in this part. We know that right here 0 is infinite, and or in this part, for all the positive part, my function f of x is defined as f of x is e raised to minus x. So 1 to 2 is a subset of this particular. So here f of x will act as a e raised to minus x dx. और ये छोटा सा एक इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे, किस तरीके से करेंगे? Let me show. This is the solution for the second part, and hopefully you will able to get this also. देख लीजिए एक बार, समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है? इंटीग्रेशन तो वही है, e raised to minus x will be e raised to minus x divided by minus 1. बस लिमिट चेंज हो रही है. Now earlier the upper limit was infinite, lower limit was 0. Now it is 2 and 1. So minus of e raised to minus 2 minus minus plus e raised to minus 1. And in a KLC we are having that key also, that function also. We can identify the any power of exponential e just by one of the function key. So it will be very very easy once you are using your KLC. ये जो वैल्यू निकालनी है 0.233, वो बहुत आसानी से निकलेगी. So should we move ahead? Are you guys ready? I'm gonna assign a similar kind of question to you guys. And then हाँ बता, कौन बात कर रहा था? बोल दे, म्यूट क्यों कर रहा है?
अरे नहीं, यस सर बोल रहा था, मतलब
ओके यस सर बोल रहा था, यस बोल रहा था, यस सर. ओके यस. So let me give you one more question, and I will provide you 2-3 minutes to solve that. Yes, here it is. For the following probability density function, now take care. For the following probability density function, now you are not supposed to decide whether it is probability density function or not. That is in the data that this function is probability density function. ये probability density function है ही है, आपको check नहीं करना है, is it? For one of the random variable x, what we are supposed to find the value of k, and properties that a random variable x, probability is that a random variable x having this probability density function will take on the value between 0.1 and 0.2 and greater than 0.5. So right now I think so we are dealing with 3 different questions. First we need to identify the value of k, then after we need to identify value between 0.1, 0.2, and then for greater than 0.5. So first let's go for k. Can you able to give me the value of k? Question समझ में आ रहा है सभी को? We are not checking whether this is probability density function or not. ये डेटा है हमारे पास कि ये probability density function है. अगर ये probability density function है, then surely this function will satisfy both that condition. हर एक probability greater than 0 होगी और सारों का summation 1 होगा. अब मैंने already एक hint दे दी है. Now I'm giving you 2-3 minutes. Quickly solve this, and will you able to find k? I'm giving you 3-4 minutes. Take your time, and if you are facing any doubt, then unmute your mic. I will help you. Okay, but take your time for giving you 3-4 minutes. Good. Take your time.
हेलो सर.
हाँ बता बेटा.
सर मैं लेट ज्वाइन हुआ तो सर ये टॉपिक छूट गया थोड़ा सा.
हाँ तो अब क्या करेगा बोला?
तो
बता।
अभी जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन जो आपने करा है उसके हिसाब से देखता हूँ, ट्राई करता हूँ।
कर ले बेटा, ट्राई कर ले एक बार।
हाँ
सर ये केस इंटरवल में प्रोबेबिलिटी फंक्शन है वो तो नहीं बोला, तो के की वैल्यू हाउ कैन वी एबल टू फाइंड?
फिर से बोल, यस क्या बोल रहा है बेटा?
मतलब के की वैल्यू फाइंड करने के लिए इंटरवल चाहिए ना, मतलब ये फंक्शन
देख बाजू में देख मेरे भाई, यहाँ पे देख 0 to 1, देख 0 to 1 देख, है ही है। इसकी हेल्प ले।
सर 3/2 है कैंसर के का वैल्यू।
कौन बोला?
सर मेघना।
अरे मेघना तू बिल्कुल सही है बेटा। चल तेरा फर्स्ट आंसर करेक्ट है, चल तू सेकंड और थर्ड कर ले फटाफट, फिर
हाँ
से हो
सर।
जाएगा। हाँ यस, तू बता क्या क्या बोल रहा था बेटा? यश
हो गया, मतलब अभी अभी
ठीक है टेक योर टाइम, बोल मत, दूसरे लोगों को करने दे। चल I'll be choosing or one of the person randomly from the audience. मैं किसी को भी पूछूंगा, किसी को भी बोलूंगा कि चल अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर कर। So all must be doing this. Give me 1 minute. I'll be back. So hopefully k की वैल्यू मिल गई होगी सभी को। The value of k will be 3/2. Let me share the solution. Just go through it. Are you able to get this or not? देखिए, as we know that the provided is probability density function, that means integration from minus infinite to infinite will be surely 1. Now I'm dealing with the interval 0 to 1. I'm having just यहाँ पे let me help you. जिन लोगों को समझ में शायद नहीं आ रहा है उसको थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर दूं। For the continuous part we are dealing with interval minus infinite to infinite. अब बीच में कहीं पे 0 है, यहाँ पे 1 है। Now the way my probability function define is, अगर x is lying between 0 to 1, if my x is lying between 0 to 1, then f of x is, in this particular case, सिर्फ इस छोटे से इंटरवल में ही, my f of x is having a nature, f of x is k times 1 minus x square, just for this particular small interval 0 to 1. And in rest of all the cases, in rest of all the intervals, अगर 1 to infinite बात कर रहा हूँ तो यहाँ पे भी f of x 0 है। If we are dealing with minus infinite to 0, तो यहाँ पे भी f of x 0 है। That is provided in the equation. Observe here, for 0 to 1, it is k times 1 minus x square. Otherwise, that means for all the other cases, for all the other interval, f of x will act as a 0. So we are interested in minus infinite to infinite f of x dx, but observing the situation, I need to divide this integral into three parts. Minus infinite to 0, this will be our first part, then this will be 0 to 1, this will be our second part, and 1 to infinite third. So I'm dividing this interval into three parts: minus infinite to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to infinite. Now in both these cases, minus infinite to 0 f of x 0 है, for 1 to infinite f of x is 0, so ये दोनों निकल जाएंगे, वो this will got cancel out, निकल गया, देखिए दोनों की वैल्यू 0. And between 0 to 1, my f of x is having a nature k times 1 minus x square. On the right hand side, I'm having 1. It will be as it is. Now, we need to take care about simple integration. K will remain as it is. Integration of 1 will be x minus x square will have the value x cubed by 3. सो x minus x cube by 3 और द लिमिट 0 to 1, वो दोनों 1 और 0 रिप्लेस करने से वो निकलेगा 2 by 3k, and using that k equals to 3 by 2. So this is my k. Now अगर किसी को ऐसा लगे कि सर ये k की वैल्यू it is greater than 1, is it ना? Is there any issue? If my k is having the value 3 by 2, that means इसकी वैल्यू क्या है बेटा? 1.5 है, और 1.5 तो कभी हो नहीं सकती ना, is it? ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन आ रहा है आपके दिमाग में? Are you guys?
k की वैल्यू तो कुछ भी हो सकती है,
कुछ भी हो सकती है. Why? Because I'm not dealing with the probability. We are not finding probability right now. We are just finding one of the constant from the function. So it's okay whether k is greater than 1, less than 1, equals to 1. कुछ भी हो सकता है, is it? So k is 1.5. We are good with that. Once we are having a value of k, then I will replace that value of k in the function. Now my f of x will be k times 1 minus x square. Instead of k, I had mentioned 3 by 2. So 0 से 1 के बीच में the function is having nature 3 by 2 times 1 minus x square. In all the other cases, it is 0. Now, using this definition, using this functional definition, we will find probably that my continuous random variable is having a value between 0.1 to 0.2. अब उसके लिए क्या करेंगे? That, हाँ मेघना, तेरा आंसर आ गया होगा शायद, बता दे बेटा, फिर ही मैं दूसरी स्लाइड बताऊं.
सर कौन सा?
What is the answer for 0.1 and 0.2? Between 0.1 and 0.2?
0.1465.
Okay. And for the last one?
0.9875.
गलत है. देख बताता हूँ, रुक जा, कहीं पे छोटी सी गलती की होगी. It's okay. Wait. Now probably that the variable will take value between 0.1 and 0.2. That means I'm finding that p of 0.1 is less than x is less than 0.2. For that I just need to, मैंने ये बताया हुआ था स्लाइड में, if I need a less than x is less than b, अगर इसी कोई प्रॉपर्टी फाइंड करनी है तो क्या करेंगे हम? इंटीग्रेशन ओवर a to b f of x dx simply. So using that property, 0.1 less than x is less than 0.2, 0.1 to 0.2 integration f of x dx. Now observe 0.1 to 0.2 is a subset of this interval 0.1 to 0.2, 0.1 से 0.2. ये जो छोटा सा interval है ना, this is a subset of, this interval is subset of interval 0 to 1. 0 to 1 के लिए तो हमारे पास फंक्शन डिफाइन है, वो किस तरीके से? 3 by 2 times 1 minus x square, is it? So I will take f of x as a 3 by 2 1 minus x square, and dealing with the simple integration, my answer will be 0.1465. मेघना यही बोला था ना तूने शायद फर्स्ट सेकंड के लिए?
हाँ सर.
So this is correct. I don't think so you guys will have any issue with this integration. अगर integration में कोई दिक्कत है तो बताओ मुझे. If you are worried about this calculation, 0.08 divided by 3, 0.01 divided by 3 minus blah blah blah, then we are not worried about that because Kelsey is officially allowed. So ये तो बहुत मामूली सा कैलकुलेशन है, कुछ इसमें दिक्कत नहीं होगी. Are we good? Are we good? आगे जाना चाहिए मुझे. चलिए जल्दी से. We are just having 10 minutes. Quickly. Are we good with this one? Need a reply over the chat box. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the last one, greater than 0.5. Greater than 0.5. If I'm interested in probability that, if I'm interested to find the probability that e is greater than 0.5, देख लेते हैं. माइनस इनफाइनाइट से इनफाइनाइट, दिस इज अ 0,
सर
दिस इज अ
इसका
1.
आंसर 0.875 है क्या?
नहीं है, शायद तो नहीं है. मुझे आई एम नॉट, जस्ट वेट फॉर 1 minute.
Okay,
Now what we are looking for, x is having value greater than 0.5. Greater than 0.5. That means we are interested in 0.5 to infinite. So 0.5 to infinite f of x dx, but 0.5 to infinite, that interval will be divided into two parts, 0.5 to 1, क्योंकि यहाँ तक फंक्शन कुछ अलग तरीके से डिफाइन है और 1 के बाद फंक्शन कुछ अलग तरीके से डिफाइन है. यहाँ पे वैल्यू 0 है फंक्शन की, यहाँ पे 3 by 2 times 1 minus x square, is it? So I'm dividing this interval into two parts once again, 0.5 to 1 f of x dx plus 1 to infinite f of x dx. Now 1 to infinite के लिए f of x 0 है. For this 3 by 2 1 minus x square, 3 by 2 1 minus x square, इसका छोटा सा इंटीग्रेशन करके क्या निकलेगा? The answer will be 0.3125 यही बताया था तूने बेटा कि कुछ और बोला था?
नहीं सर, मेरा रॉन्ग है कुछ शायद कैलकुलेशन में।
बता मेघना कहाँ पे गलती की, देख ले एक बार, जल्दी से
हाँ
देख ले।
सर।
इंटीग्रेशन में गलती की थी या तो फिर लिमिट
नहीं
लेने में
सर,
गलती की थी?
कैलकुलेशन में मिस्टेक किया, वो वैल्यूज पुट करने में।
ओके ठीक है, यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी गलती की। So this is the way we can deal with probability density function, and we were supposed to deal with आज के लेक्चर में मुझे इंक्लूड करना था वो डेंस कम्युलेटिव डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वाले भी एग्जांपल इंक्लूड करने थे, लेकिन बट इट्स ओके, it's already 11:20, so first of all let me stop the recording.